Hello, good morning everyone. We are from Group 6 and today we will present the topic about analyzing speech sound structure of Indonesian child language, written by Susanto, Nanda, and Chung Soo Si. This research discusses how Indonesian children produce language sound and what the differences are compared to adult speakers. Through this research, we can better understand the language acquisition process and how children develop in their language pronunciation. And before we start to the material, this is our group member. I am Jechyta and my friends Annisa, Meutia, Widyananda, Serena, Dinda, Azzahra, and Rizki Fauzi.
So the research talks about how Indonesian children speak and how their speech sounds are different from adults. When children are learning to talk, their pronunciation is not always perfect, so sometimes they say words in a simpler or shorter way. For the example, instead of saying kepala, which means head, a child might say tepala. Or instead of takut or scared, they might say tatut or atut. The researchers wanted to find out, are these differences just mistakes or do they follow a pattern? So to answer this, they studied 37 Indonesian children between the age of 1 year 2 months and 5 years 2 months. All of them grew up speaking Indonesian at home. The team listened to how these children pronounced words. They wrote down what the children said and compared it with the adult version. Then they used a software called PRAAT to check the sound features, like how long the sounds were, how loud they were, and what pitch or tone they had. The goal was to learn more about how children's speech develop and how this can help parents, teachers, and researchers support children in learning to speak.
My name is Rizki Fauzi and today we are going to talk about the goals of this article. The goal is to analyze the structures of Indonesian children's speech sound in order to understand the phonological differences between child and adult language and also to contribute insights to the field of language acquisition, especially in Indonesia. Next is about the methodology. According to the article, speech data from 37 Indonesian, which is 20 male and 17 female, aged between 1 year 2 months and 5 years 2 months. And also speech samples were recorded from children in Lampung, Indonesia, who were native speakers of Indonesian itself. And also the children's spoken words were transcribed along with their adult counterparts and their meanings. And also the phonological aspects were classified to identify differences between child and adult pronunciation. And lastly, the use of PRAAT software was used to analyze phonetic properties like intensity, duration, and pitch to support the phonological findings itself.
Okay, my name is Serena Dinda Azzahra, and today I'll be explaining 3 common phonological processes in children's language development. So there are 3. The first one is syllable dilation, the second one is nasal assimilation, and the third one is velar fronting. So let's move to the first one. So syllable dilations, this process happens when a child omits one syllable in a word, usually the unstressed or less prominent one. This is a normal part of early speech development as children simplify words to make them easier to say. Okay, we can see the examples. The word bolong or holy becomes long, the word warna or color become na, and the word bola or ball becomes la, the word kena or hit become na. You'll notice that in all these examples, the first syllables get dropped. It shows how children focus on the part of the word that are easier for them to articulate. Okay, next is nasal assimilations. In this process, a non-nasal sound becomes nasal because of a nervy nasal sound. Children often do this because nasal sounds are easier to produce once they're already using them. Let's see the examples. The word punya or half becomes munya, the word kunya or chew becomes nyonya, and the word kamu or youth becomes nyamu. This process shows how surrounding sounds influence each other in children's speech, making pronunciation simpler and more fluid for them. Okay, the next one is velar fronting. In velar fronting, children replace back of the mouth sounds like K and G with sounds made closer to the front of the mouth, such as T and D. These front sounds are often easier for young children to produce. Okay, so the examples is the word takut or scared becomes tatut. The word kepala or head becomes tepala, and the word gajah or elephant is pronounced as jajah. This kind of substitution is typically in early stage of speech and usually resolves on its own as the child's articulation skills improve.
Okay, in addition to above phonological process, there are several other phenomena found in children's speech, such as lateral submission. Some spoken words of the children have a lateral approximate consonant like L for flap consonant, R as a explicit in, and usually we can call the children is cedal because the children when say R they say L like keras to kelas, terbang to terbang, besar to besar, like this. Then next about vowel lowering and raising. In Indonesian has two high vowel like E and U, their main vowel like E, and O, and one low vowel like A. But in Indonesian people usually say mau, they say mau, not U but O. Then mobil, it's not mobile. The vowel O in mau and ikut is a lower than the vowel U. And in mau, the vowel A in mobil is lower than the vowel E in mobile. Vowel position change also common where our vowel are replaced with higher or lower vowel position. The next about pitch harmony. The pitch contour of the words spoken by the child match those of the words spoken by the adult. In other words, the children has attention to the sound prosody and the input for learning the language. This can be called pitch harmony. In some cases, although in pronunciation of words is not phonemically perfect, children can follow the tone pattern used by adults when speaking. For the example, the word Krakatau can be pronounced. Children is usually pronounced atau, but the children same tone like Krakatau, and they say atau like this. This high slow sound is the same with the adult like this.
Now let's look at the conclusion or what the study found. So the researchers discovered 6 main patterns in how children pronounce words. The first one, syllable dilation. Second, nasal assimilation. Third, velar fronting. Next, lateral substitution. And then vowel changes. And then pitch harmony. So this study shows that children's mistakes in speaking are not random. They follow patterns. These patterns are a natural part of learning to speak. If parents and teachers understand them, they can help children learn to talk more easily. Thank you very much.